Today on People Now, the president delivers his first State of the Union with split response on Capitol Hill, while wife Melania attends the event amid claims of his affair with a porn star.
Meanwhile, that porn star, Stormy Daniels, appears on Jimmy Kimmel. We'll tell you what she did and didn't say.
Never have I ever had sex with a married man. I forgot if that's yes or no.
Neil Diamond's band members open up about his battle with Parkinson's disease and unexpected retirement from live concerts.
Kylie Jenner is ready to be a mom, and she's got a very pink nursery to prove it. We'll tell you what insiders are saying.
Kim Kardashian is teaming up with her former BFF Paris Hilton for a new campaign. And guys, it's hot.
Plus, Bob Harper is here, marking 1 year in his road to recovery since having a frightening heart attack, launching a new program for heart attack survivors.
It is all live today on People Now. Happy Wednesday, everyone. In order to kick off your midweek hump and kick it all into gear, that's a weird way of putting it, isn't it? How about we just kick off hump day? Bob Harper is here live. In honor of Bob, our question of the day is, what do you do to stay healthy? Let us know. You can tweet us at People, #PeopleNow. But first, we move on to this. First Lady Melania Trump broke tradition Tuesday night, arriving separately from her husband, President Donald Trump, for his first State of the Union address. Instead, Melania opted to ride with her guests invited to sit in the First Lady's box during the address. This according to CNN. The First Lady's guests include retired Marine Corporal Matthew Bradford, who was blinded and lost his legs while deployed in Iraq, and Celestine C.J. Martinez, an Air Force veteran and ICE agent who's responsible for the arrest of more than 100 MS-13 gang members. The First Lady's appearance comes after an abruptly canceled trip to Davos, Switzerland last week amid allegations the president had an affair with porn star Stormy Daniels. Instead, the First Lady reportedly traveled to West Palm Beach, Florida on Friday. It's a trip that reportedly cost taxpayers approximately $64,600. That's according to the New York Times. Now, the Times also reported the First Lady was, quote, furious over reports that her husband's lawyer, Michael Cohen, arranged a $130,000 payment to Daniels shortly before the 2016 presidential election to bar her from talking about her alleged sexual encounter with Trump. The White House and Cohen have denied the president had an affair with Daniels, but declined to answer questions from the Wall Street Journal about an agreement with her. Now onto this.
Never have I ever had sex with a married man. I forgot if that's yes or no.
That was yes.
Oh, that's yes. Okay.
You suck at this game.
I'm bad at it, I know. Never have I ever had sex with a married man at a golf tournament. Ah.
Jimmy Kimmel doing everything he can to pry details about Stormy Daniels' alleged affair with President Donald Trump. The late-night host grilling the 38-year-old adult star during her appearance on Tuesday night's Jimmy Kimmel Live, even playing a game of Never Have I Ever with puppets resembling both Daniels and Trump's appearance. The adult actress is currently at the center of a scandal involving allegations that she's had multiple sexual encounters with Trump. In a 2011 interview with In Touch magazine, Daniels reportedly claims Trump asked her for her number in July 2006 after meeting at a golf tournament in Lake Tahoe, going on to reveal the pair had, quote, textbook generic sex. The excerpts resurfaced after the Wall Street Journal reported a lawyer for Trump arranged a $130,000 payment to Daniels 1 month before the 2016 election just so she'd keep quiet about that alleged affair. Now, though the mother of one did not clarify whether or not she signed a non-disclosure agreement, she did admit that she's never read the interview's full transcript, telling Kimmel, not everything is true as it's written. Now, prior to her appearance on The Late Show, BuzzFeed was provided a denial statement supposedly from Daniels. It read, I am not denying this affair because I was paid hush money, as has been reported in overseas-owned tabloids. I am denying this affair because it never happened. Now, when Kimmel asked about the denial statement, Daniels was initially silent before he pointed out what appeared to be differences in her signature, causing Daniels to say, quote, I do not know where it came from. It came from the internet. That doesn't look like my signature, does it? The White House, Trump's attorney, and Daniels herself have all previously denied that she was paid off for her silence or that Trump ever had sex with her. Guys, you can stay on People.com as this story continues to develop. Now on to this. Legendary singer Neil Diamond stunned fans last week with news of his retirement from live concerts due to his battle with Parkinson's disease. But the announcement also came as a surprise to members of his own band. Julia Waters, a backup singer for Diamond, opens up in this week's People about his diagnosis. saying, quote, "It was a shock. He seemed very healthy. His voice was strong on this tour." She goes on to say that she learned of the cancellation just a day before it made headlines and that it's, quote, "heartbreaking that he's leaving behind part of what he really loved to do." Diamond's guitarist Nick Bennett reveals that nobody knew it would be Neil's final tour, but that there were many dear memories made and lots of laughs. Now, in the article out Friday, other members of Diamond's entourage say the musician would always do special things for them, like renting out movie theaters for everyone or cracking jokes before shows, just so his band would hit the stage with a smile. Well, fans are still reeling over the news that Glee star Mark Salling was found dead on Tuesday in an apparent suicide just weeks before being sentenced for possession of child pornography. He was 35 years old, and according to the coroner's office, Salling was found hanging from a tree near the Los Angeles River. He pleaded guilty to possession of child pornography involving a prepubescent minor back in October 2017, and he was due to be sentenced in March. He was expected to serve 4 to 7 years in prison after federal investigators found more than 25,000 images and 600 videos in his possession. Salling played the jock Noah Puckerman on the hit Fox show Glee from 2009 to 2015. Hours after news of Salling's death broke, his Glee co-star Matthew Morrison paid tribute to the actor on social media, posting a throwback photo of himself, Salling, and late Glee castmate Corey Monteith, who died in 2013 from a mixture of heroin and alcohol. That was taken during a People photo shoot in 2009. Glee producer Tim Davis posted on social media as well, writing, quote, "Let me be clear, having compassion for Mark Salling in no way minimizes his crimes, nor does it minimize the pain and devastation of the victims of those crimes. I'm just saying, stop adding to his family's pain. This was their son. If you're without sin, feel free to cast stones." Glee star Jane Lynch retweeted those remarks. Wow, just a heartbreaking story.
Yeah, a really heavy story, and obviously our thoughts go out to his family and friends. Let's check back in on our question of the day. Since we're catching up with fitness expert Bob Harper later on in the show, we're asking you guys, what do you do to feel healthy?
All right, one user writing, "A nice green smoothie, tall glass of water, and a sweaty gym sesh, #health.
Yeah, when you feel all
sounds perfect.
sweaty and you have just veggies, then you're feeling really healthy.
Yeah, that's right.
Another saying, "I try to take a workout class at 3 times a week and eat as many greens as possible, but during the weekend, all healthy food bets are off."
Give yourself a break.
As long as they're good during the week, then you can cheat.
5 days is better than none.
Yeah.
Anyway, some tweets coming in as well for this. I believe we're actually talking about, of course, that super blue blood moon that is happening this morning. This is actually a live shot from NASA's official Twitter page. Look at that. This occurs when a total lunar eclipse happens during a blue moon and a supermoon. You won't have another chance to see one of these until 2037.
I love that it's super blue blood moon.
It's all together, all at once
Yeah,
here.
of course, Twitter is pointing out that the way they're seeing the super blue blood moon looks a little different than expected. So let's take a look at this. This is expectations versus reality.
Yeah. I mean, look, you have to have some special equipment to see it, like you do on the left there, and like that live shot. Where's Dracula? Yeah, Nosferatu there. All right. People looking. That's it. All right, Andrea, more trending news for us in Star Trek.
Yes, Jeremy. So we're kicking off Star Trek with some Car Jenner news. One of our fave fams. Well, Kylie Jenner is ready to be a mom. Though the youngest of the Car Jenner clan has stayed out of the spotlight while awaiting the arrival of her first child, a source tells people that she's busy prepping and baby-proofing her very pink nursery. Kylie's also been asking big sister Kourtney for advice. According to a Kardashian insider, the mother of 3 is, quote, encouraging Kylie to learn about natural living, like organic diapers. The mom-to-be has also been relying on her own mom, Kris Jenner, throughout her pregnancy. The source saying that Kylie often sleeps at Kris's house and that the momager has been a huge help with setting up the nursery. We're really excited for her. Gwyneth Paltrow is a lady in love and enjoying the fun of wedding planning. She reveals in this week's issue of People that she's never had a wedding before. Gwyneth and ex Chris Martin eloped in 2003, so this officially makes her a first-time bride. Well, Paltrow is pretty excited, telling the magazine, quote, even though I'm 45, I sort of feel like a 21-year-old. Well, don't we all? Gwyneth and fiancé Brad Falchuk haven't made any formal plans yet, but that hasn't stopped her from talking about the upcoming nuptials with some of her girlfriends. Paltrow's bride squad is just as excited as she is, already sending her pictures of dresses. Well, Gwyneth and Brad officially confirmed their engagement in early January of 2018 after nearly 4 years of dating. She revealed in Goop's Sex and Love cover story that she has opened her heart once again because she believes Brad is the man she's meant to be with. Well, happy wedding planning to Gwyneth. Can't wait to see the dresses she chooses. Well, Kim Kardashian, is that you? No, it's actually Paris Hilton.
What?
Yes, so Paris transformed into a clone of Kim Kardashian to model for the Yeezy Season 6 campaign. I love this. Now, Kardashian shared the photos on social media Wednesday night, dubbing Paris Hilton as the OG, aka the original. Now, it goes without saying that Hilton was the paparazzi princess in the mid-2000s while starring in her own reality show, The Simple Life. Now, Kim's cloning of Paris is also a very important sign that the pair have squashed beef stemming way back to 2008. The socialites used to be BFFs, attending parties and hanging out together back when Kim was Paris's assistant. Remember that?
That's so crazy.
But as Kim's fame began to rise, the duo eventually had a falling out, even exchanged some digs in the press. But now, the two seem to be on good terms. Paris even attended Kris Jenner's annual Christmas Eve bash in 2016. The girls posed for a pic together. But guys, Paris isn't the only model recreating Kim's Yeezy looks. The reality star also enlisted several other social media influencers to imitate her most memorable Yeezy fashion, including Kylie Jenner's BFF, Jordan Woods. I think they all did a really good job transforming into Kim.
Incredible.
I know, I kind of want to do it. I just don't have the bod for that. Those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, guys, this week's issue of People is diving into the budding friendship between Duchess Kate and Meghan Markle ahead of Meghan's May wedding to Kate's brother-in-law, Prince Harry.
Yeah, so in the issue, a source from Kate's hometown of Bucklebury reveals how Kate has been groomed to join the royal family. Now, Meghan has not had quite the same experience.
Yeah, according to the source, quote, Kate was mothered by the Queen for a long time. She was shown the ropes and schooled by the Queen all the way through her romance with Prince William.
Yeah, and the source goes on to say that Kate, quote, had audiences with Queen Elizabeth quite often, was taught how to behave like a future queen. But since Prince Harry is so far down the succession line these days, the same attention hasn't been paid to Meghan.
But that's okay, guys.
It's okay.
Because it sounds like Kate is stepping into the role as Meghan's mentor as her wedding gets closer. Prince Harry saying in November that Kate has been absolutely amazing and a fantastic support.
Yeah, now Kate and Meghan are the same age, 36 years old, and have apparently quickly bonded with each other. It definitely helps that they're neighbors at Kensington Palace, but the two women couldn't have traveled more different paths to the palace.
Yeah, Kate enjoyed a childhood in the English countryside, was raised in a tight nuclear family headed by her parents. She was just 19 years old at St. Andrews University when she first met Prince William. Fun fact, they were both art history majors, everyone.
All right, that's when you know. Meanwhile, Meghan was born in LA and her parents divorced when she was really young. Now, she headed off to Northwestern University to hone her interest in acting and activism. But by the time she met Harry in 2016, she had already established her career in Hollywood and went through a divorce in 2013.
Now, here's a quote from royal biographer Ingrid Seward that really sums it all up. Here's what the quote is. Meghan is far more worldly and sophisticated than Kate was when she arrived on the scene. Kate has lived rather a charmed existence. That's the quote. Let's break down some of the differences that we've seen so far, everyone.
So let's start at the top. Their hair, of course. Now,
yes.
Kate is classically carefully coiffed at every appearance. Her hair is total goals, I must say. Meanwhile, Meghan's style is more accessible. See? The messy bun that we know and love, and it's a lot easier to do.
Yeah, their sense of style definitely comes through when they both wear jeans. It's rare, we know, but there are some patterns.
Yeah, so when Kate wears denim, it's tailored and a darker wash, and we see her pair a lot of blazers with jeans too. Meanwhile, Meghan chose ripped, lighter wash jeans for her official debut as Harry's girlfriend at the Invictus Games in September. There's even a rough edge and some fringe at the bottom.
Yeah, that rough edge. I've always noticed that fringe. Even Kate's silhouettes are consistently much more conservative. Long sleeves, high necklines are par for the course. Meghan, a bit more adventurous. Remember this nearly off-the-shoulder number?
I know, scandalous for a royal.
For a royal, perhaps.
But a source close to Meghan puts it perfectly, Meghan is a breath of fresh air. I think they're both wonderful.
I love that they get along so well and that they're
they're
working,
friends.
Yeah, friends through this whole thing. All right, guys, did you miss the big couples news this past weekend? Katie Holmes and Jamie Foxx were spotted out publicly together. The duo sat next to one another at Clive Davis's pre-Grammys party Saturday night. Although this was a very rare public outing, many partygoers weren't especially shocked since the pair have been linked since 2013.
Yeah, okay, they looked adorable and really happy in these pictures. Now, everyone seems to know about them now as a couple, but they are extremely private and still try to keep their relationship as under the radar as possible.
Yeah, there was a slip up back in September.
happened.
Both Katie and Jamie were caught holding hands on the beach in Malibu. Then a few months later were spotted leaving Fox's 50th birthday party together. They can't keep this all hidden.
I know. Well, between the beach pics and the birthday party, they got got a lot of attention. According to one insider, they both seem to dislike it, going on to reveal they haven't had any public dates in LA since, and only spend time together at each other's homes. It seems to work for them.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Since so little is known about them romantically, a big question on everyone's minds is whether or not they've met each other's kids. And according to one source, Holmes is close with Jamie's girls, 23-year-old Corinne and 9-year-old Annalise.
Yeah, but another source adds that Foxx hasn't spent much time with 11-year-old Suri, adding that the two stars have separate lives and they aren't trying to join them.
All right, Fox's rep has previously shot down engagement and wedding rumors, with another source close to the pair adding that they don't want to be labeled as a couple. Here's the quote from that source saying they don't see themselves as a couple in the traditional sense, and they don't need anyone else's judgments about their choices. They're content simply knowing they enjoy each other's company and have a good time together. It isn't about anything more than that.
Well, I know they're trying to be private, but I think they're adorable together.
I do.
I know. All right, moving on to this. 11 years after Steve Irwin's sudden death, a 2006 freak accident in which he was impaled in the heart by a stingray while filming a show, his family is returning to Animal Planet with a new series.
Yeah, in a new interview, the Irwins are opening up about the new series. The show will follow the family as they manage the Australia Zoo outside Brisbane where they live. Now for Bindi, making her dad proud is priority number one, and for Terry, it's carrying on her late husband's legacy. And she says if she never remarries again, that is okay with her.
There's always the potential to find love again, and that's a really beautiful thing. And I'm personally not looking, and I haven't been out on a date since, let's see, your dad and I dated for 27 years. I haven't been out on a date. So I had my happily ever after, so I'm doing okay. If you're happy within yourself and your life is full and you're doing okay. And I always used to think if I hadn't met Steve, I probably wouldn't have gotten married. You know, I was living in Oregon, I had a business, I was doing wildlife work, and I hadn't really been looking for so long that I had a couple lovely women ask me out because they figured that must be the case. She's not with anybody. But, you know, that's the funny things in life.
That's funny. One thing is for sure, this family definitely has each other's backs.
Yeah, meanwhile, Bindi's serious boyfriend, Chandler Powell, recently relocated from Florida to live with the Irwins in Australia at the zoo. Bindi has called Chandler the one and the love of her life on her Instagram, and even though the two are young, she's 19, he's 21, they've got people saying that M-word, marriage.
I think that we are really, really blessed that life brought us together, and I'm glad that my family loves him too. We're asked if we're engaged or getting married quite regularly. It's human nature to really look forward and to think, what am I going to do next? You know, and we do that in our job and our personal life and everything. But sometimes it's nice just to take a moment and revel in what's going on in the moment. So I really enjoy just having fun with Chandler on these wonderful adventures, and we're having a great time together. I'll let you know though, if we do get engaged, I will call you first. Yeah.
Okay, we're holding you to that, Bindi. Well, for more on the Irwin family, pick up this week's issue of People on newsstands this Friday. All right, now take a look at this.
It was a lovely frame.
What was a frame?
It was a frame. Oh yeah, this is.
First of all, he just walks up the steps without his wife, just leaves his wife behind. He just walks up there.
Well, there's all this protocol. I mean, this is like a state visit, so they tell you that you're going to do this, they're going to stand here, and never before do you get this gift, so I'm sort of like, okay, what am I supposed to do with this gift?
The mystery's over, everyone. We finally know what was in that infamous inauguration Tiffany's present. It was a frame.
Yeah, in Michelle Obama's first TV interview since leaving the White House, the former First Lady opens up to Ellen DeGeneres about that pretty awkward gift exchange with Melania Trump from the morning of Trump's 2017 swearing-in ceremony.
Yeah, Michelle Obama explains to Ellen that for a state visit, there's all the protocol that you have to follow, and that Melania showing up with a gift was totally new, obviously unexpected as we saw it play out.
And from this moment, you can tell that Michelle Obama was not quite sure what to do with the gift.
And by the way,
she just kind of looks around there.
And right over here, nope. And then the president ended up taking it on back there. This gift, the moment became the most gift-worthy moment from that inauguration day for sure.
Yeah, no.
Crazy.
During the Ellen interview, Michelle describes her train of thought, saying that she was looking around for someone to take the box before the pictures, but everyone, all of the staff, they've already cleared out.
That soldier, obviously, wasn't going to take it.
No.
He had protocol as well. Thankfully, she says husband Obama saved the day, grabbed the box, took it inside. Definitely made for an entertaining moment.
Yeah, and you guys can watch the entire Michelle Obama sit-down this Thursday on Ellen.
Stay with us, guys. Biggest Loser host Bob Harper is here live, opening up about life after his near-fatal heart attack. Plus, actor Taylor Kitsch is talking about his newfound guitar skills thanks to his role on the show Waco.
Laura Wasser is a divorce lawyer to the stars who's worked with clients like Kim Kardashian, Britney Spears, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Garner over her nearly 25-year career. Well, knowing firsthand how difficult divorce can be, she decided to create itsovereasy.com to make the process simpler. With such a successful career, I have to believe she's probably seen it all. But what is the worst of the worst?
There have been some thrown water glasses. There was once a stiletto heel that got stuck in our conference room door. It was wood. Now we have a glass door, so that doesn't happen. There have been people that have walked into the glass door trying to walk quickly out of the conference room. Not a good exit. But for the most part, if it is going to be very animosity-ridden, we keep people in 2 separate offices in the suite, and we kind of do some shuttle diplomacy back and forth so that they don't have to be sitting across from each other.
Yikes, a stiletto heel in the door, that's a good one. Well, considering divorce is a tough time, it's no surprise things can get tense when couples confront each other in mediation, but Wasser reveals things can get pretty nasty when they leave the conference room too.
I recently had a case where the parents, where the couples, their kids were grown, but they had a cat. And they loved this cat. And I was like, I cannot believe that we're having these kind of arguments about a cat. But the cat was their baby, and they both doted on the cat. So they split up. And the wife moved into a beautiful, very, very white condominium in the Wilshire corridor. And the dad was living somewhere down by the beach, or the husband. And they would actually, even though you cannot share custody of an animal because it's really just no more of a, it's just an object under the law, they did. They came up with kind of a custody sharing plan for this cat. So the cat would be 3 days with dad, 3 days with mom. They'd switch back and forth. Well, then mom got a new boyfriend. And dad really was angry about that. So he gave, we discovered later, the cat some kind of human laxatives. And when the cat was with the mom and the boyfriend, he was just having diarrhea all over this beautiful white condominium. And the mom was really worried that the cat was sick. And after she took it to the vet basically was like, yeah, we found X-lax in the diarrhea. And I was like, wow, that's so mean to do to the poor cat. It's just a receptacle of like diarrhea all over this white place. But I was like, now you know how I feel about you.
The music for me popped a lot. I mean, he was an incredible guitar player, songwriter, singer. Not the greatest singer ever, but he was obviously the lead of the band.
Well, we're gonna get back to the singing stuff because you want to figure out.
You're not making me sing.
No, we're not going to.
We have a guitar right here. Yeah, all right, we didn't get him to sing, but we definitely tried. Kitsch stars in the new 6-part TV series Waco, where he plays cult leader David Koresh. In the show, Taylor Kitsch has to learn some serious music skills. So how did he step out of that comfort zone and prep for the role? Here's what he had to tell us.
It's gonna have to be something where you're playing a musician. So I played 2 or 3 hours a day, singing lessons in LA, and then have an amazing guitar teacher in Austin, like 2 blocks from my apartment.
Oh, wow.
Do you keep the guitar around and just whip it out to impress people? I have it with me every
day. It's in my hotel room. I play at least an hour, 2 hours a day.
You really do?
Yeah.
Did you have a go-to?
Weary Kind right now, I'm trying to break. I'm like 2 weeks from nailing that. Weary Kind by a friend of mine, Ryan Bingham.
This ain't no place for the weary kind.
If you could meet David Koresh, what was one thing you would want to ask him?
I don't know. I think the first thing would be, was it all worth it? You know, retrospect and what's, you know, he's quite literally the definition of a martyr. And if it's, you know, worth it, if all this, you know, so I think that would be the first question, but there'd be many.
That's from Biggest Loser to best-selling author Bob Harper has done it all, and he's joining us live to break down his latest book as well as his powerful journey from fitness trainer to heart attack survivor. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here.
Nice to be here.
Here's the book. We're going to be talking about this, but look, it's been almost a year since you went into cardiac arrest, nearly died. My goodness, this was something that was shocking for all of us to hear that this had happened to you. When you look back, how has your life changed since that experience?
Gosh, I mean, I feel like my life has changed completely. The fact that a year ago, I dropped dead in a gym and and am able to live and tell about it, you know, I feel like I've been given a second chance of life.
Yeah. And when it comes to some of the practical stuff, do you have a new, different perspective when it comes to your health, when it comes to your body?
Yeah, I feel like I used to be very regimented, right? And I was very type A, and now I'm a lot more relaxed, and you know, I feel like I've got so much to be grateful for and appreciate.
So look, I think to some of what you've said many times before, though, people related to you as this healthy guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which made the whole thing even more shocking. What do you say to people for how to change when you're already healthy to kind of prevent this type of thing from happening again?
Well, I think that it's all about your quality of life, right? And I think that it's also about having a community. And that's why, you know, I'm really excited about this whole program that I'm working with AstraZeneca, because I'm bringing together a community of heart attack survivors like myself with a story to tell. And I think that's really important. I think that life goes on, and I think that what I want to do is show you a good way to live.
So look, you've opened up about battling depression, right? I mean, things got very serious after this, and not being able to feel like you could trust your body, that you could trust your heart. How did you cope with that, and how are you able to learn to accept your body maybe now as you continue to work through that and move beyond that depressive phase?
Yeah, I went through such an identity crisis. I mean, think about it. I was the workout guy. I was the one that you came to to want to work out and ask for health advice.
Here's the standard of healthy living, right?
Exactly. And then I had to go back to the drawing board and figure out what my purpose was, who I am, and I had to go through a lot personally and emotionally.
Wow. Well, let's talk about the latest book, The Supercarb Diet. You give details about the weeks leading up to that heart attack, revealing that you fainted in the middle of a workout. We've heard you talk some about that. Broke your cardinal rule of listening to your body. What advice would you give someone who continues to ignore those signs?
Yeah, I broke my cardinal rule. I didn't listen to my body, and I would tell you, you need to know what your health is. You need to know your health from the inside out. It's not just about how you look on the outside. And that's why I think it's really important. I have a super relationship with my doctors. I used to be so afraid to go to the doctor before my heart attack, but now it's like I have a relationship with them. They guide me through this new part of my life, and I really encourage people to really find out what their health is.
It's interesting to hear you say that you, the healthy person, the beacon of health and wellness, were afraid to go to your doctor before this.
Yeah, you know, it's like, it wasn't that I was afraid, but I just thought I was doing everything right.
Yeah.
I felt like, you know, I felt like I was eating right. I felt like I was working out. I felt like I was doing all the things that I was supposed to do. So I would have my annual checkups, and everything seemed fine. And even my doctors would say, everything's looking good. You just keep doing what you're doing. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
So none of the flags were really landing for you in a way that would have caused you to act differently. It's almost been a year since that
February
happened to you.
12th.
How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling strong. I'm really excited about like the new ventures that I'm doing and really helping people. That's what I want to do. I want to create this. I'm working on this survivorshaveheart.com where people can come together as a community and really have their voices be heard, because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help you and let you tell me what's going on with you.
What are the words of encouragement maybe that you would give yourself if you went back to after you woke up from that 2-day coma that would have perhaps helped you move forward more quickly or in a stronger way?
That's a really good question. I guess I would tell myself that it's all going to be okay, and you are going to find your way on this new path. It's all going to work out, and I really do believe that you can't stress on the big things or the little things, and I really try to live that way every single day.
What's one of the biggest misconceptions you think people have about people with heart disease and the nature of that?
Well, I feel like people think that we're survivors. I feel like people think that survivors are fragile. I think that they think that you have to pay extra attention. It's like, you know, we're survivors. We're going to be okay. We're doing all the things that we need to take care of ourselves, and we're resilient. I feel like that's the word. I feel like I'm resilient. I'm coming back, and I'm coming back strong.
Love that. It's so great. Before you go, got to ask your advice on maintaining the New Year's resolutions. Look, this is the spot in the year where people are really falling off. What do you say to people to stay on? What's the word of encouragement to keep the motivation up?
Start off slowly. It's like we're heading into February, and I feel like all those people that went into the gym in the first of the year are starting to kind of like fall by the wayside. It's like, just do what you can. take it slowly and know that this is a marathon and it is not a sprint.
By the way, this is the time of the year when the people that have always gone to the gym really love it because it's finally like, oh, the machines are open.
Yeah,
they're opening back up again.
And I want them all to come back, though.
Come back
to the gym.
What is the new IT workout or diet fad that's happening right now?
I really think that for 2018, people are boxing a lot. I feel like, put your boxing gloves on and get a good sweat.
Yeah. And you recommend? You like it?
I like it. I like it a lot. Sometimes I want to hit something,
Makes a lot of sense. Me too. Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to talk to you, and we're happy that things are going well for you guys. Make sure to pick up the book, The Super Carb Diet. It is out right now. And guys, I think we're checking back in with our question of the day one last time. We're asking you guys, what do you do to feel healthy?
Yeah, Ashley writes, I try to work out every night. And I gotta say, I agree with Bob. I like boxing. Because you feel really fierce when you do that.
Yeah, Andrea likes boxing. Bob, cycle. I like to ride my bike. That's pretty decent, right?
I have a bike here I ride in the city all the time. I love it.
The Central Park Loop and the whole thing, the cardio, get it going.
It's great.
Ride a bike, everyone, and box. All right, well, we're going to be asking a new question of the day tomorrow on People Now. Come back at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. And coming up tomorrow, Real Housewives of New York City star Bethany Frankel talking about her new docuseries, Bethany and Frederick, and so much more. Plus, actor Jake Johnson opens up about the last season of New Girl.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from country music band Lanco. Enjoy.
Hey, what's up? We're Lanco, and this is One Last Thing. The last guy's night.
Was that last night?
Yeah,
every night.
Every night on the road.
It's a constant bachelor party.
Probably whatever the last football game was.
Yeah.
We always get on our bus and drink a beer and watch whatever football game's on. The last big splurge.
Well, we officially leased our first year-long bus this year, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that was a splurge.
Yeah, treating ourselves.
The last meal I cooked, Easy Mac, macaroni and cheese.
Like this macaroni and cheese becomes hot.
I reheated pizza yesterday. Does that count?
I will say, on our annual Friendsgiving this past Thanksgiving, Jared cooked a darn good turkey.
Yeah.
He can smoke a turkey.
Third bird.